Hey, hi, it's me. Haven't updated in a while. I'm back at home in Hungary, out in the middle of nowhere, and yeah, I don't know. So it's nearing the end of the year. In less than 10 days, it's gonna be Christmas. I'm not sure what to make of it. I never really know what to do around Christmas, how to behave. Man, I look thin again. I am not eating enough. It's been a few lonely days, the past few days, and I've been, I guess, thinking a lot. And yeah, I'm not sure where I am in life. So I came back home from Japan in September, and it turned out it was almost the day, 1 year, that I spent as my kind of gap year, which I originally set out to do last September when I quit my job, went volunteering in Sweden. First videos are from Sweden, 2024, and then came back home through Finland and Poland in December. Almost the day today, actually. I think it was December 15th or 16th last year that I arrived back home. Then spent a couple of months at home with my mom, but not living at home per se, but at a temporary place, both of us, because we were trying out something new. Then I left again at the end of April this year to Portugal with my fellow companion and travel mate Lotzi from Hungary. He went by motorcycle and I flew actually to Germany to visit some friends, and then to Spain. From Spain I have a few videos. Then to Portugal. I went to 3 different places in Portugal to volunteer. Then I went back to Sweden to celebrate Midsummer, which I always wanted to do. I spent Midsummer at this festival called Forest Star. We slept like in a tent for a week. Didn't have any toilets. Actually, we had some porta potties, so that's not true. But we didn't have any showers, so we were just kind of washing ourselves in the creek in the Swedish wilderness. Kind of interesting. And then, as usual, I didn't know what to do with myself next. I ended up going to Japan through Berlin, Germany. I spent a week in Berlin, I think, or thereabouts. And that's when the videos kind of get jumbled, because I never released the Berlin videos until now. Not until now, yet. I have yet to release them, even today. But I have actually made one of them, like the first day. But I still have to make like maybe 2 or 3 more days worth of footage. So, edit it. I need to edit it. But I have made 2 videos about Japan, because although those didn't come chronologically before Germany, logistically it was better, because when I came back home from Japan this year, September, my friend Viola, who is in the videos, she was the singer on the Osaka Expo. She had a presentation about her trip to Japan in Hungary, like, like to real people with a screen and everything. And there was an interviewer guy also. So she kind of did this meet and greet and interview, and I joined her and I made my video for that event. So she was talking about her experiences and showing her pictures, and at the end I showed my video, so from my perspective, and our stories kind of intertwined, because she spent the whole summer in Japan and I spent just 1 week with her, actually 5 days. So that was fun. And then I ended up making the sequel to that video, or the following, like storyline, which is Tokyo and Mount Fuji. I never made the rest. For the rest of my time in Japan, I don't really have that much footage. I don't want to hurt the plants. I spent some weeks near Nagano in the mountains. It was Madarao Mountain. I was editing some Insta videos for an American guy, and he bought this ski resort a couple of years ago, which was neglected and abandoned, kind of derelict. He started to renovate it with the help of workawayers like me, although I didn't really help in the physical work that much. That's not true. I kind of dismantled or crushed a heat exchange unit, whatever, in the bathroom and such, but mostly I was editing videos and playing with cats, because he does cat rescuing in Japan, like local cats, trap, neuter, release, and finding finding owners, new parents for the cats, for the kitties. And I love cats, so it should have been a really perfect match, good fit for me. And I felt horrible. Nevertheless, I don't know, I think I was really depressed by that time. Not because of anyone else, because of myself. You know, wherever I go in the world, I am there. I cannot run away from myself. And I guess I was doing this volunteering in part to run away, or have some new experiences, or have a new outlook on life or something. I did a few videos with them, or for him, spent I think 3 weeks at their place. Sadly got into some conflicts with some of the workawayers there, which is not great. The fuck? Okay. And then I felt I really needed to go away from society somehow, like even more. I was already in Japan, like at the end of the world, and still, I just felt like every step I make, I get into conflicts with people and myself, and I just hate myself because of that, and it's like this downward spiral, and I can't stop it, so I wanted to get away, even from, I guess, society as much as I could. So I found the Buddhist retreat center, Vipassana Buddhist Center, near Tokyo. I applied. They wrote back that, sorry, we're out of places, it's sold out, maybe next time. I was like, okay, never mind. At the same time, I wanted to really go to a Radiohead concert in Europe in November, because it's like first time in 7 years they are touring again. Actually, I think the tour ends now, like today, December 16th in Copenhagen. And I never went because I couldn't get tickets, but that's another story. Sad. So I was like applying to get tickets, and with my friend as well from Hungary. I was doing that in Japan, he was doing that in Hungary. At the same time, the meditation center called my host, John, in Japan, saying that I guess someone canceled or something, and there's one spot that I can fill if I get to the place by like this time. And I had a couple of hours to get there, so I just packed immediately. In the meantime, tried to get some tickets for Radiohead, which I was unable to do. Got the Shinkansen back to Tokyo, and then next day, well, I went, I think, until Chiba, and then to Chiba Prefecture. From Chiba City, I went to this place in Chiba Prefecture, and I spent 10 days without speaking, meditating all day, every day for 10 days, maybe 10 hours even, I think daily. I think they told me it was like 100 hours altogether, so that's why. I'm guessing it was 10 hours. I never counted. Then I didn't know what to do with myself again, although I felt kind of cleared, emptied. Maybe some burdens got off of my shoulder, or maybe I got some clarity, I guess. Or not epiphanies, but this calm, I think. Then, what I do have footage of, and I haven't edited it yet, is I went to Hiroshima because I wanted to see Smashing Pumpkins, one of my favorite bands from the 90s. And I actually already had tickets for their concert in Yokohama. But when I ended up going to this Buddhist thing, that coincided with the Smashing Pumpkins concert, so I couldn't go. And I couldn't even sell the tickets. So I actually had to buy another ticket to Hiroshima. That was their next stop in the tour, or maybe even the last in Japan. I went to Hiroshima, saw them. I have some footage of that. It was great, but at the time, I couldn't really focus on the concert because on the same day that they played, I decided to come back home and bought a plane ticket for like playing in 2 days, like a last minute plane ticket. I really felt like, okay, this is the time to leave, because it kind of I had this curve to my story and my trip, and it was time to head back home. I had a kind of a longer talk with my mom. She wanted me also to come home eventually, and I felt like, yeah, it's the right call to do. There was some stuff happening here at home, family stuff that I needed to attend to. I had to put this back on my head because it's the heat is wearing off. It's disappearing. So now I'm gonna look like a fucking hobo. Then I came back. I flew back through Korea, Seoul, and I think, yeah, on the day that Smashing Pumpkins played, I was staying in Airbnb in Hiroshima. Also, I went to the Hiroshima Atomic Bomb Peace Museum, which was great in the sense that it's very, shocking and depressing and sad, and it's kind of a good lessons learned for the future, not to repeat it. I did that. So I was sitting in this Airbnb, bought the plane ticket, and I thought that I wanted to somehow go back to learning stuff and, you know, developing myself, getting new skills. And I just was browsing on the web, and I asked some of my friends if they have like jobs at my former university, maybe something to do with English studies, because that's kind of the only thing that I have a degree in. Although I have been doing various things in my life, but maybe English is the closest thing that I have to kind of a profession, although it's just a language, but I can use it for whatever. And I applied to this like teacher training in November in Hungary at a language school. So fast forward to November in Hungary, which was 2 weeks ago. I did go to this teacher training. I got my paper. So I'm not an English teacher or not even an English instructor. I just got this paper, like a certification that says that I have taken their course in like teaching methodology. So now I know how to teach and I can teach at their school. I went to observe some classes 2 weeks ago and then had my exam teaching lesson, like 45 minutes I had to teach there with the school director and the teacher that is normally teaching that group. They both were, you know, attending and reviewing and checking me how I did, and I did well, and they had some feedback of what to change, but overall I did good, I did well. And now I'm just waiting for them to tell me when I can get a new group to start to teach. It should happen in January, because you know, now everything is ending, things are winding down, ramping down, people are tired, Christmas is coming, New Year's is coming. So I should be able to start with a new group from January, hopefully. And until then, I kind of just I'm just waiting and I don't know, reading books, reading a lot, thinking, trying to meditate, although not so much, sadly. Yo, change of scenery. Hi. When I was at the Buddhist retreat, at that time my health was really in a bad condition, especially my metabolism, like digestion wise. It was horrible. I don't really want to get into the nitty-gritty details. I think I was at the lowest of my low, physically, maybe mentally. I was drained and weak. To kind of add insult to injury, based on some people's recommendations, I thought, let's go all the way. Let's do a three-day fast right on the back end of the 10-day retreat. So I did that while still in Japan. That was when I was in Hiroshima and in the area. I didn't eat anything for 3 whole days, like 72 hours, and then slowly reintroduced food. I don't know if it did anything. Maybe it kind of cleansed me for the first time ever, because I have never done like a 3-day fast ever before. So maybe my intestines got some break from the constant digestion, and I did lose even more weight. I was even thinner than how I am now. Actually, now I feel much better than how I was back then. When I came back home, I looked maybe the thinnest I've looked. I can pull up some pictures. And I said to myself, okay, I need to deal with this. I need to get myself straight, get my digestive problems sorted. So I sought out some Chinese medicine practitioners, and I did end up going to one acupuncture specialist, whatever they're called in English. But at that time, my mother suggested that I should stop eating gluten, because why not? Because nobody actually told me that I should maybe not eat gluten, because I was always, every test that did something for gluten, it was always negative. But I stopped eating gluten anyway, and voila, like all of my symptoms kind of stopped at the same time. And I was like, okay, is this the solution to everything? And I'm not sure, but it has been much better since I've stopped eating gluten. I wouldn't say stopped entirely, because sometimes I do eat some things that have gluten, but very rarely. And I really monitor my bowel movements, you know, if you know what I mean. And I've been much healthier, I think. But again, I kind of fall back into the habit of, I really want to eat like that piece of bread. Although it's very, very, very rare that actually happens. Although now on camera, I look really not good, not great. But inside, I feel okay. Most of the time. But sometimes I don't. And this kind of brings me to my next point, which is I think I'm battling what many people battle these days is, I don't know, maybe depression or so many things at once, like ADHD. I think I have some form of ADHD. It's really hard to concentrate for me sometimes. I can feel very lonely and drained from this constant need for, you know, these dopamine kicks that we need so bad, that we crave so badly in our lives, from like a piece of chocolate or like a good song or a video. Just you need something like a stimulus to keep you going, and whenever that, like, that's, you know, that's not sustainable, or whenever that dips back, then you feel horrible and you just want to refill your, and I want to do that as well. I want to refill my battery with these very short-term boosts of dopamine and adrenaline. I'm not sure what the chemists say exactly. Hi again. Yeah, and to conclude my ramblings, I think I'm contemplating a lot of stuff a lot of the time. The main purpose of life, my drive, my main what's my kind of, you know, what's my main talent? Why am I here? It's something to do with trying to connect to people more and more. As I said, it seems I'm becoming a teacher, an English teacher. I will be working with people in person, which I've never really done apart from working in offices. But I was always, you know, sitting in front of a computer for all my years, and I don't want to do that anymore. Like not for the majority of my time. Sometimes it's okay to do admin or video editing or whatever. It's just I don't want to do that 9 to 5. There's a train coming in the distance. It's not really visible. It's kind of there. Yeah. Trainspotting. Haha! I actually just read Trainspotting for the first time. I have seen the movie, but reading it was much more deeper. Nothing to do with anything from this video, but just wanted to mention that. Also, it's in Scots English, like or Scottish, like local Edinburgh dialect of English. So it was not your standard English. It was a good challenge to read. It was pretty easy to get used to. Kind of what you get in the movie. Yeah, English. It's my past, my present and future. I'd like to connect with people through teaching and learning, studying. I applied to my university again, starting from February, like an in-year, or what do you call it in English? Like a mid-year semester, you know, running from February to whatever, May. So basically starting with my second semester of the program and then continuing on the first semester from September. It's kind of like this flipped version. I don't know if I'm accepted yet, because it's gonna come at the end of January, but I have applied again, and to a different program than in the summer, and I actually really want to go back. Hopefully I can do that, and in the meantime teach at the language school, so I get some money, get some income. So I teach, I learn, I teach, I learn, I study, I teach, I learn. I'm in this constant giving and taking and getting this balance, hopefully up more. I guess life is all about finding your balance and finding your balance. So I want to do that starting from like February next year. Then I want to go back to the US to kids camp. I want to work with either teens or children, or what's most probably going to happen, because of reasons like me being 34 years old and not 24, is I will end up probably at a special needs camp, and we'll work with people of special needs, which I've never done, and it's really out of my comfort zone, yet it feels like something that I need to do now. One camp has reached out to me saying that I might be able to help them, but then it's Christmas is coming and they just disappeared, probably to the Bahamas for vacation, and they will return in January. So to wrap it up, I think I want to work with people more, connect to them, and through them somehow connect to myself. I live through my emotions very deeply which probably doesn't show on camera. I might seem superficial because I don't show it, but inside it's like a whole fucking deep universe happening, going on constantly, and it's overwhelming. And sometimes I'm just up to the brim with emotions, good and bad. Cannot really do or don't really know what to do with them. I need like a channel, you know, like an outlet to release some of my feelings, emotions, and I guess connecting with people in different ways that I have done ever in my life will help me achieve that. And I'm looking and I'm looking forward to where all this takes me, teaching, studying, maybe working with less fortunate people, disadvantaged, special needs people. I'm pretty sure that there's something that I can teach them, even if I don't even think so right about now. So I guess see you around. I might want to make some similar shorter like brain dump videos. I'm not sure. I will make the Berlin videos eventually, and Hiroshima might be a standalone video or just some scenes thrown here. Yeah. Take care. I love you all. Bye bye.